Happy Homebrew Wednesday, boys and girls. I am alive. Just been crazy busy. Had a lot of stuff go on the past couple weeks. Oops, I'll try not to shake. My bad. Yeah, insane amounts of stuff going on around the house. Beer world, work world, just a lot of stuff. Luckily, I was smart enough. Got a couple quick videos, or clips. So here's what's going on in my neck of the woods.
And this is why I haven't been brewing. I've just been loading shit up. Haven't really had a chance to put it away, so since the keezers just can't even get into the keezer, stuff that's in there lagering, I haven't had a chance to get to. Let's see. Oh yeah, as you can see, I've been getting the garden on. I wish that was a cooler type of plant, but that is just lavender. Also, as you can see from outside, I have been busy with the garden. The garden is taking off pretty well. We just had garlic in there, ripped it up, had beets, peppers, planted way too many tomatoes there and way too many tomatoes back there. But just been busy doing other stuff and haven't had a chance to brew. But hopefully that's going to be changing right about now. So when describing this, do you think this is like a colossal mess that I let go too far?
No, it looks great already.
It looks great already?
Yeah, because I'm working in it.
That was probably a right play, wasn't it? You think I let it go too far? I let it get out of control?
It was never under control.
Is there a trend between this and the gardening?
Yes.
Do you still love me?
Yes.
You're really selling it.
Alrighty, so as you can see, I got a lot of stuff going on. In fact, you might be able to see on my shirt because I know I spilled a bit. There's a spot there and there. I was making tomato sauce tonight. Been harvesting like every day between, I don't know, 5 and 10 tomatoes. Last couple days it's been like 10 tomatoes every day. So chopping them up, dicing them up, throwing them into the oven, roast them a bit, and then blend them up. And that's how you get all these nice, wonderful stains all over myself. But yeah, the garden's been out of control. That's really kept me busy. I switched to a new job. That's kept me really busy. Stuff's been going on with the kids. Stuff's been going on with the damn dog. Hello, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Stop licking my toes. What else? Yeah, they needed to hear you shake. At least now they don't think I'm talking to myself. What else? Craziness in downstairs. As you can see, Homebrew Wednesday, and if I learn how to turn right, I'm not even drinking a homebrew. I have my keezer died downstairs. I save a lot of beer, or not save, I put a lot of beer in the keezer, and we had a power outage. I decided to go downstairs, make sure the keezer was doing okay. The keezer's 26 years old, so it's an old keezer. It's had a pretty rough life. It's been used and abused pretty badly. Pretty badly. But went downstairs to check on it, and I noticed temperature was a little high. Didn't think much of it. Kind of checked to make sure the programs were set right. They were. So went upstairs. Checked on it a couple days later. It had gone up another couple more degrees, and I was like, well, this isn't right. So I looked inside. I saw there's a sizable amount of ice buildup. So I talked to my dad, who's an HVAC, and he said, what you need to do, turn it off, let it fully defrost, and then kick it back on. It could be that the Freon had frozen in that area and was no longer allowed to pass through all the coils and cool it down. Or it could be a sign that there's a blockage somewhere and it's not really moving all the way through. It's just going back and forth in that one area. So I turned it off. Let it fully defrost, cleaned it all out, give it a real good cleaning, and then I kicked it back on. And it never went down below 70 degrees Fahrenheit to all you people overseas. I don't know, that would be like 300 degrees Celsius, give or take. Close?
What?
300 degrees Celsius?
No.
Yeah, she says yeah. So yeah, it was just the keezer's dead. So I ordered a new keezer, and in typical fashion of this year, the Lowe's truck that had my new chest freezer coming in, idiot was drinking and driving and plowed into it and destroyed all the freezers and all the appliances on the truck. Destroyed. So I was supposed to have my keezer last week. I had the idea of getting it was going to be in the house. I was going to get it all set up. and I was going to have it ready to start kegging again this week. Well, now it's not coming until this upcoming Sunday, so I won't be kegging for like another week or two after that because I got a lot of stuff coming up. So that's that. That's why I've been MIA. Just crazy stuff. I can't win. And then another big reason, competition. A lot of us are doing stuff behind the scenes, so that's kind of why, SJ, Paul, Kevin, a lot of us are, Jonathan up in Canada. A lot of us have just been busy. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and that's something that I wanted to address. So a lot of people have asked questions. If you're in the United States, you need to ship your beers out by between September 7th and September 14th. But even before that, August 8th is the deadline to sign up. Excuse me. I'm trying to hold a burp or burp. My body hasn't decided what it wants to do. August 8th, you have to register by then. And the reason that's important is once we get everyone registered in, we'll divvy up the United States and kind of decide who's in what, who's going to go to what hub based on how many people. If we've got 50 people on the East Coast and 10 people on the West Coast, we might have to split it up and say, all right, about, 30, or I guess 25 of you guys are going to go over to the West Coast. The other 25 are just going to stay on the East Coast. You'll ship your beers back and forth. We'll do it, whatever makes the most geographical sense. But that's why we need everyone to register by the 8th. It gives us basically a month to kind of divvy everything up and let everybody know where to ship their beers. So make sure you register by the 8th, guys. That is key. And to be considered register, it's not just going to the website, getting your ID, logging in what type of beer you're making. It's going in, getting your registration, or getting your little ID and paying. If you do not pay, you are not considered to be in the competition. Last year, man, I'm going to have to edit this video because I don't know what's going on with my throat. Maybe it's because it's dry and it just needs a little more beer. Last year we had a lot of people say they're in it. Oh, we're totally going to do it. We're going to be in it. We're going to be in it. And then they quit on us. And so they were out. It kind of screwed some stuff up logistically wise. And it was just kind of a pain because all the rates of everything were built on, having as close to full participation as possible. The reason is it's kind of like a social security system, basically, or health insurance system. Everybody pays in, and hopefully everybody doesn't make a claim. The money kind of gets distributed out evenly. That's the really Debbie Downer side. The plus side is, yeah, you're paying $50, but if you make it on to the next round, if you live in a place like Montgomery County, where I do, or anywhere else that has unreasonable taxes, thank you, Maryland, you get 2 cases of beer for $50. And we're not talking Coors Light, we're not talking Blue Moon. We're talking pretty damn good homebrew for $50. So 2 cases of beer for $50 is a friggin' steal. You're not even going to get that in Alabama. I mean, and they're all sorts of backwards. We know that from experience. I've got relatives down there, so I know that from experience. They're ass backwards. But that's neither here nor there. Back to the point. $50 is well worth it. Now, if you make it past the United States and you go worldwide, literally, you should be thanking us because that's $50. It's another case, basically 3 cases for $50, and beers from all over the world. I've had beers that that Paul brought over. I'd pay $50 just for one of his beers. I'd happily pay that. I mean, there are great beers. Everyone's doing stuff locally this year. It's worth it. If you think $50 is too much, I really don't think you've thought about what you're getting. On top of that, just the cost of entering a BJCP competition to get your beers reviewed, in my area, that's about $25. And you give 3 beers of yours, you get nothing in return except some pompous asshole rating your beer. At least in this scenario, if someone rates your beer like an asshole, eventually you can find out who it was. You'll know. And you'll know because they were in the competition. So these are your peers, people who want you to succeed. You're not going to have people just giving you shitty reviews. They're going to give you reviews because they want you to get better. Mainly for the sole reason that if they're in the competition next year and so are you, they want a better beer from you next year. That's basically how it works. Nobody's in this to be a jerk. Nobody's in this to be an asshole. Everybody's in this to make basically the competition and homebrewing in general better. So that's why I'm saying $50 is well worth it. I paid the moment we got the website set up and I got the account set up. I put the $50 in. I knew it was worth it. If I only make it past the first round, $50 is worth it for me. It's worth every penny. So if you guys have any questions about the cost or how it works, and if you think it's worth it, comment right below. I have no problem going into it all over again. I'll go into it 100 times. This competition is worth it. Cannot say thank you to SJ enough for doing it. It's friggin' worth it. I'm going to try to stay on the weekly videos, knowing that, knock on wood, hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, but I'm going to try to keep it all together and, keep things going forward. But I really appreciate you guys. For the people who have registered and have paid, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. If you know someone else who's in the competition, reach out to them. Make sure that they're registering. And when I mean register, I mean paying as well. That's key, guys. We can't do the international shipping. We can't do really any of the shipping without the money. We're trying to do this without sponsors because it's a pain to get a lot of sponsors and to kind of constantly be dependent on that. We want to be self-sufficient. We want to move away from the sponsors for now, and not be dependent on them. So the more you guys contribute, the more you help, the more you spread the word, the better it gets for us. The more people we get in it, the lower we can do the cost, going forward if we have to go that route. But seriously, if you know someone who's in the comp, reach out to them. Be like, hey, have you registered? Have you paid? If not, make them pay. That's really all I got, guys. I'm going to get back to drinking and relaxing. So cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, and sorry for this one being a long one. I'll keep it shorter next time. Cheers.